Wil jij graag aan de slag in de IT? Dan volg je bij Young Coders eerst een bootcamp voordat je bij je opdrachtgever aan het werk gaat. Maar wat houdt zo'n bootcamp in en wat vinden onze challengers daar nou van? Om antwoord te krijgen op deze vragen hebben wij 3 van onze challengers geïnterviewd. Na een maand kwamen ze terug voor een vervolginterview om hun ervaring aan ons te vertellen. En dit is het resultaat.
I am Mihai I am originally from Romania. I've done my bachelor's in international business and management in Eindhoven, and I've done my master's in Tilburg University in marketing analytics. My experience with the bootcamp has been quite positive. I do like how the environment is. We're sort of laid back, but also very serious on what we're doing, what we're learning. And that's very nice. We have a really nice connection, teacher, students, between students and all that. So that's great. So far, we've learned how to do SQL, which I didn't know before. And right now, what we're trying to do is do some machine learning with regression analysis. Okay. Thus far, actually only being included in one project. So not all that much. We've done Python, which I knew before, but we put it in like a new perspective with object-oriented programming, which would have been useful to know because we didn't really cover that in the bootcamp. Yeah, in terms of what specifically from the bootcamp we've used, it's a bit early to tell because we just didn't have the projects to use those things in yet. But we're doing some new stuff with C# and Angular right now, so essentially website building. And I expect this to be useful in the future. The atmosphere with fellow colleagues has been quite great. We're laid back and we're also keen on learning new stuff, which I quite like. We're also going to be working on a team when we're in PwC, so it's nice to have this sort of team building while we're here and learning. Technically just worked with one colleague so far because it was just one project, so not really much to add here at this moment. Yeah, getting started at PwC immediately is going to be quite nice. There are going to be a lot of systems that I have to learn how to work with, of course, like stuff like payrolls, but I quite like it. It's been quite useful because people there actually care about you learning how to do stuff and understand certain concepts. Like I've gone through a few rounds of understanding how interest works in certain contexts, but I've also had some actual opportunity to apply some of these things. The project-oriented programming that I've mentioned before, and that's quite nice because most of the stuff that is built in Python professionally uses project-oriented programming, so that's been great. In terms of what I expect, naturally I expect to do coding. To what extent or to how many projects I'll have to do, that, of course, I do not know at the moment. I think it's a bit early to tell, but it's been positive so far. It's actually something that I've already had some conversations like with a friend, for example, and I was just telling him, you know, if you want to, you can just start to learn some coding, see what options are available for you, and have a go at them. Yeah, my friend didn't really take that advice.
Too bad.
I think a good idea is to expose yourself with different programming techniques, different languages, etc. Because you never know what's going to be useful in what circumstance. I'm happy that I've done coding for my master's, for example, but I wish that I took something that is a bit more specific about coding rather than learning it in general. Yeah, that's about it.
How was your first day at PwC? How were you welcomed?
It was quite welcoming. It was nice to have like a little introduction with most of the people that were there, talk about what we're going to do, what we should read on, what we should train. They're not really leaving us there to just wander for ourselves, so that's quite good.
Okay.
All right.
Well, then that's it. Thank you.
Yep.